This week on 31st of May, we have 3 Power Pack webinars waiting for you. At 10 a.m., we have Know Your Insurance, Hidden Clause and Terms in Health Insurance. And at 11 a.m., we have a deep dive into the SIP calculator. Simultaneously at 11 a.m., Plan, Pause and Pivot. Financial planning for non-linear life. Click on the registration link in the description to join the webinars to make your weekend a learning weekend.
Should we chase ideas now, whether you're an investor or an analyst or a professional manager? There is always a pressure within us to see whether we have a strong ideas pipeline. Do we have enough new ideas? What is the quality of our new ideas? Do we find anything interesting to buy? These 3 questions are bound to disturb every investor. Many investors can have sleepless nights because of these 3 questions. It's not wrong to have these questions. At any point in time, one should challenge himself. Especially so when the markets are fairly valued. When the markets are undervalued, if you ask these questions, you're not even challenging yourself. You're just telling yourself, let me go out and look. It's all there, out there. Let me pick. So all you do is go and pick. It would be like you're driving through an area where there are orchards and it is fruiting season and all the trees are just full of fruits and you just have to go and pluck. So bear market is like plucking season. You can pluck whatever you want. Everything is available. But a bull market is a season where all the plucking is over. So the trees are all hardly having any fruits. And if most of the people are coming in at the time when the plucking season is over or nearing its end and trying to pluck fruits, you may get some fruits, but what is the quality of fruits that you're going to get? So investors, personal and professional, always grapple with this pressure to find ideas, new ideas. Long time now, it's been difficult to find very attractively valued new ideas because I think there is intense competition in the domestic fraternity to find new ideas, and almost all stocks are well researched and well owned, both. There is no pressure on people to sell. So when something is well researched and well owned and there is no selling pressure, if you are a prospective buyer of new ideas, the chances of finding new ideas in the popular themes is next to 0. So the only place where you can find some new ideas is where the market is completely disinterested. Some themes or stocks where the market thinks that the near term is going to be very bad is the only place where you can go looking. And when you go looking, you must be ready to wait for a very long time for performance to come. It's unlikely that these contrarian ideas will pay off immediately, and often the gestation may be longer than you anticipate. So getting the mind conditioned to these things is very, very critical as an investor. I'm looking back at the last 2 or 3 bull runs when it was difficult to find new ideas. What did I do? I was able to find new ideas, but those ideas came with gestation. So I needed to pace them very slowly. So initially I got a lot of time to study those ideas. And by way of study, the main thing I did was try to answer the question, where can I go wrong and what can go wrong for me? Once I satisfied myself about the answers to that question, then I was able to see what can go right and when can it happen. So once you start ruling out the adversities that could be there in an idea, and then you start seeing the opportunities in that idea, you could form a fairly accurate assessment of a company, and that assessment would definitely help you to invest in that company. Now is the time to form assessments, to understand which are the companies where we will want to invest, and to evaluate whether the valuations are within our zone of comfort. Sure, we'll find some ideas, but the chance of finding a whole portfolio of ideas now, which is conveniently aligned to our investment needs, is low. This is not an easy market. But an investor wants to always prove that he is this guy who can do investing in any market. Of course, I can buy in this market, is what you want to tell yourself. But the truth is, there are times when you don't need to tell yourself anything. You just say that, okay, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to again become aggressive. When I start seeing the ideas very attractively valued, and when I see more number of ideas that are coming at me, that are hitting me as buy me, buy me, buy me. So you need that dramatic feeling when you look at a company. And I think that I would be a buyer, and an aggressive one at that, when I get that feeling. The key thing is not to rush to that point where you manufacture that feeling. You organically move towards that point where that feeling comes towards you. Yeah, it's not easy to do, but very easy to say. But in times like these, the market should be navigated in a certain responsible way. You shouldn't avoid or sit out this market. You have to navigate it gradually by investing in the defensive parts and the undervalued parts of the market, which will come back in favor when the cycle turns. So it's a long journey, and you should be ready for a long grind, and you should ensure that the long grind delivers to you in the stocks that you're going to buy and own for a long time. Thank you for watching this video.